Hi guys, it's me Mikey, and today I'm just gonna be recommending some games. Now I haven't really done this, but they're for the PS Vita, so yeah. Hopefully you guys find this quite interesting as well as me, because I've picked out some ones that I thought are quite good. Obviously, they're just my opinion on them. I'm going to be going into detail of why I think they're good, what characters I think are good, and how I think they could or could not be improved. I don't. Anyway, let's get into it. First one is Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified. Now I know this may be a bit of a shocker for some people. Like, I know it was harshly judged. Like when it was released for the PS Vita, and I know the PS Vita isn't the most popular console, but I really like it, to be honest. I like the gameplay campaign. I like going through the campaign because, like, sure, when you die you have to start back at a checkpoint, which I will admit is a little bit annoying and tedious, but at the same time it gives you plenty of time to restart it and plan out a little bit, if that makes sense. Because I like the plot of it, and I like that they have a little hostiles mode just in case, because I have actually played that and I have actually had really good fun on it. So if you have spare time, then I would recommend buying it. It's really good. And yes, you can get it on the PlayStation Store as well. That's why I'll also be saying it, because I think some of these are, and I think some of these aren't. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure a lot of these are. Next one is Streetfair, like SFX, TX, and the reason why I really like this one is because I like it because it's a 2-1 companionship, and I think it's really good the way it works out. Because you've got your two teams, just you and another person like Ken or that, or someone else, and you can just pick from that little section. And also, one thing that I really liked that they added in was Pac-Man. I really like that touch because you don't really see Pac-Man in many games very often, but some games, but not that often, to be honest. So that's why I really like that, because it's really intriguing, and especially with the other enemy team, because you can just choose that out if you're doing something like versus. I really like it. And I think it's a good concept to do, something to play if you're bored, or if you're in somewhere I don't know, an appointment or something, and if you've brought your Vita around, then I think you might want to get that, because it's a really good game. It's really good in my opinion, because and I'm pretty sure it's on the PS Store. I'm not entirely sure. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. So yeah, go check it out if you guys have some time to it. It's really worth it. It's really great. I really enjoy the whole concept of it, and that. I think it's really good. And yeah, so the next one is Mortal Kombat, and the reason I chose this one out is because I really like it. I like going against other people, but I especially like it because it has texture lock, and I didn't really think that I was going to get into that much. Like when I first played around with it while I was in the car, I didn't really think I was going to get into that much, but I actually surprisingly really got into it. It's really great. It's a really good one. Some other characters I wouldn't really recommend choosing, but these are just my opinions. You don't really have to if you don't want to. You can choose them if you do, but it's just my opinion. A few characters I wouldn't recommend going for, and it's just my opinion, to be honest, are Johnny Cage. Because I don't really like him that much, because he acts all cool around you, and he acts like he is immortal, and I know he is because of the name, but it's really baffling to me that his characteristic designs shows him to be fighting in that, and not really caring if he gets a win. If he does get a win, he will be all hyped up all happy and that, Yeah, something like that. And also another character I wouldn't recommend going for is Kunla. I think I don't know. I just don't really like the concept of him because of all the weird stuff that goes on and like it's just a weird character in my opinion. But you don't really have to do it go for it. You can go for it if you want. I mean, I'm not in control of you obviously, but if you do, then it's totally up to you. But those are the characters I'm just recommending not to go for. But if you do, and if you are interested in them, then it's your opinion, And personally, I like Scorpion and Freddy Krueger because I really I liked Freddy Krueger from the start, but I've kind of got over him and went on to Scorpion because I accidentally clicked on him as a character and I didn't mean to. But when I got in, I didn't really quite to change character. I actually just went with it, not really thinking I would like him that much, and I was totally wrong. I was so baffled of myself. And it was such a great experience just playing it. If you want to take out if you want to have some fun, if you're feeling a bit stressed, angered, or something like that, I think it's really great. A good little thing to do, in your spare time, if you have any, if you're doing something if you're doing it at school or stuff like that. Well, maybe not at school, but maybe outside because I've really enjoyed it outside. Anyway, next one is Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories, and the reason I picked this one out is because I think it's really good. It's a really good open world game, and it has a lot, and I really do enjoy it for what it is. With the police tracking you down and that, especially the missions, and what you can get because you kind of use the eye, and I think a certain mission if you pick up I don't remember its name, but it does actually I think it does actually give you enchantments to go over the story and pick it out, and I think that's awesome. The only few issues I've had with it so far is that it's been crashing on me a little bit, which has got me pretty annoyed. I can't really play it anymore, so I don't know why, but other than all that, I really do think it's great as a game like that because I do think a lot of games like that are great, open world wise and mission wise, that takes on that perspective. I really think it's great. So yeah, those were all my opinions on games I would recommend getting for your PS4 because I still really think it's a great game in 2018 if you're looking for any. I know it's been harshly judged for the past couple of years, and I know it hasn't really been anyone's favourite, but I would really recommend it in 2018 because I think the amount of support and the amount of videos that's been put on it, it's actually absolutely amazing. It's just been baffled with me that people still play it to this day because it's really a great console, and I'm sure a few years ago I wasn't really doing that great, but I'd say it's risen up incredibly now, the rate of it. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it wasn't too long. I know it's not really certain of me to make a video like this, possibly, but I just wanted to share with you guys, just in case you were wondering what games to buy for your PSVR. These are just a few ones I would recommend, so you don't absolutely have to get them, but they're just games that I would really recommend. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one, and yeah, peace.